You are mistaken if you believe that the S23 Ultra's camera is the only reason for all of the excitement around this smartphone. What you may not be aware of is that this phone has more to offer than just the camera. And today we will discuss what aspects of the Samsung Galaxy S23 Ultra make it superior to its predecessor. Let's dig in. Camera. We know we stated the S23 Ultra's other features would entice you to buy it, and we stand by those claims, but let's be honest, the camera is one of the most utilized aspects of smartphones. At present, the S22 Ultra is among the greatest cameras available. However, Samsung has improved upon this with the release of the S23 Ultra. No kidding, it competes well with iPhone 14 Pro Max. The iPhone 14 Pro Max offers a variety of automatic shooting settings that will improve your photos with less effort on your part. Even in the darkest dive clubs, you may obtain fantastic photos thanks to the camera's portrait mode, which uses a LiDAR scanner to blur the backdrop so that your subject stands out. Shooting in Apple Pro RAW and editing the original files is also an option, and there are dedicated panoramic and macro shooting modes as well. And yet, despite these advantages, what sets the S23 Ultra apart as a viable alternative, much alone a superior one, to its competitors? First, the modes of the S22 Ultra are carried over to the S23 Ultra.
Yeah, really.
The S23 Ultra primary sensor resolution has been boosted from 108 to 200 megapixels, allowing for even greater levels of information to be captured in a single shot. There is a new Astro Hyperlapse mode for the camera that is optimized for photographing the night sky, and night photography in general has been improved by the use of an adaptive pixel sensor. Compared to the S22 Ultra, there is less blur and noise because of better OIS, multi-frame noise reduction, and AI technology. Even the front-facing camera has been improved, going from 10 to 12 megapixels on the S23 Ultra. The S23 Ultra's camera is outstanding in practice, as it combines high-quality hardware with user-friendly software that allows even inexperienced photographers to produce high-caliber photos. I'll talk more about the video side of things in a while. Base storage. The storage capacity of this phone is another plus. There is no question that the 128 gigabytes of basic storage is plenty for certain people, but adding even more storage capacity can only be a good thing, right? Instead of the more common 128 gigabytes, Samsung equips the Galaxy S23 Ultra with 256 gigabytes of storage as standard.
Impressive.
If you're going to be using your phone for a long time to take plenty of pictures, record videos in 8K resolution, stream videos, and play games with high graphics needs, this is a good feature to have. The 128 gigabytes storage capacity is insufficient for a phone with a media player and other features intended for intensive usage, particularly among our content producers. Videography. In addition to capturing higher quality still images, the gadget can now record 4K portrait films, often known as cinematic video, and 8K videos without cropping at 30 frames per second. The primary camera's optical image stabilization correction angle has been expanded by a factor of 2. Samsung has responded to S22 Ultra owners' concerns over the quality of their videos in low light. Samsung has adjusted its picture processing algorithms for low-light video to lessen the effects of noise, overexposure, and oversaturation.
Wow, that's awesome.
You can now record time-lapse recordings of the night sky using the brand new Astro Hyperlapse mode, as we said earlier. After all, Samsung says you can. Transform a starry sky into a work of art. Turn on Hyperlapse to record time-lapses with bright clarity, speeding up minutes of footage into stunning seconds. Performance. Our video will not be complete without talking about the chipset of this phone, which is the Snapdragon 8 Gen 2.
Absolutely.
If you are an avid viewer of our videos, then you will be acquainted with just how much we have been hailing the Snapdragon 8 Gen 2. If you aren't, then it's time to subscribe to our channel. Now, you can't get an Exynos model anywhere, which implies Samsung has perfected the user experience to the best of its ability and will continue to do so. The Snapdragon 8 Gen 2 processor is significantly overclocked and has enhanced cooling with bigger vapor chambers. The Galaxy S23 Ultra has an advantage over rivals like the OnePlus 11 and the Vivo X90 Pro Plus due to its main CPU and GPU running at faster speeds than the normal Snapdragon 8 Gen 2. The main CPU unit of the S23 Ultra SoC operates at 3.36 GHz, up from 3.2 GHz, while the Adreno 740 GPU operates at 719 MHz, up from 680 MHz. Very high efficiency in 3D applications is also provided. In addition, mobile gamers may enhance heat management, performance, and battery life by connecting their device to a power socket instead of using the battery. Speaking of the battery life, we shall go in-depth on that later. A larger 3D fingerprint sensor by Qualcomm. The fingerprint sensors on our phones tend to be one of those extras that we don't give much thought to. Qualcomm's 3D Sonic Sensor Gen 2 is used in the new Samsung Galaxy S23 phones, and it's a big step forward over the fingerprint scanners used in previous models. Alongside speed, there is now a considerably broader sensor area to detect your finger. The S23's detection area is sufficiently big that your fingerprint will be recognized even if it is slightly offset from the center of the fingerprint visual. We adore it, and you will too. Battery. We were hoping Samsung would address our concerns about the S22 Ultra's lackluster battery life, and they delivered. Some people may have wished for a larger battery capacity, but you'll be pleasantly pleased to notice significant improvements in battery life with the same battery size. As compared to the S22 Ultra, which only lasts a day, the S23 Ultra is clearly the winner when it comes to battery life. Case in point, while comparing the S22 and S23, we found that the S23 provided over 19 hours of screen time for web surfing, whereas the S22 only provided 13 hours and 20 minutes. The S23 Ultra provided 9 hours of video playback, whereas the S22 Ultra provided just 7 hours and 30 minutes. The S22 Ultra only survived 5 hours and 23 minutes of 3D gaming, and the S23 Ultra played for 7 hours and 15 minutes. We could say that there have been advancements in charging, but it would be a blatant lie, and Samsung has to do better.
No, I'm not satisfied.
The S23 Ultra's wireless charging rates are slower than on previous models. Wireless charging rates of up to 15 watts are supported by the S22 Ultra, whereas the S23 Ultra tops out at just 10 watts. A half-hour plug-in during the day will not disclose the extremely little difference in real-world speeds between the S23 Ultra and the S22 Ultra. A full hour of charging does not much enhance the S22 Ultra's already slow pace. Comparatively, the S22 Ultra required just 2 hours and 17 minutes to completely charge, while the S23 Ultra required 2 hours and 39 minutes. All the same, you will be delighted with the battery life of the S23 Ultra. So as you've heard, this phone's battery lasts longer than its predecessor. The camera is great, and it starts at $1,199. It also has an excellent chipset that makes it run faster. Well, this isn't the only Samsung product that's making a big splash. The Galaxy Book 3 is getting a lot of attention, and as usual, we have information on it for you, so make sure to watch our video about it. Thanks for joining us today.